a Faculty of Education event during the recent Native Awareness Week at the University of Lethbridge. A time to showcase some of the culture and traditions of FNMI peoples, First Nations, Métis and Inuit. Along with the music and dance, a discussion about an issue of great concern in education, how to improve the success of FNMI students, whose high school graduation rates are substantially lower than non-native students. For Faculty of Education Professor Kathy Campbell, the problem begins in the earliest of grades.
In most classrooms, there are no First Nations images. There is nothing, in terms of First Nations in the books, and children are not made to feel welcome. Like they are considered to be just like everyone else, but who they are is not represented in classrooms. There's nothing there about them. So that as early as grade 1, they cannot articulate that there is no sense that they're a part of that classroom. I don't even think they'd necessarily articulate it in grade 5 or 6, but we know by then is they're starting to disengage.
To reverse that trend, Kathy and her students in the faculty have developed a program. It gives teachers the knowledge and strategies they can use in the classroom to better engage students. The program focuses on integrating FNMI content into all subjects and grade levels. It includes identifying Aboriginal literature and resources, holding Native awareness workshops, and developing a website for teachers with examples of FNMI integration.
So we say, okay, in terms of teachers, let's change it right now with these teachers right now. So when they go out and teach, they will know they need to integrate First Nation, Métis, and Inuit content in their classroom. So it's like it's having First Nations images on the wall. It is using literature with First Nations content. And it is learning a few words of Blackfoot if you're in southern Alberta so that you use that language. And it doesn't matter whether there's First Nations kids in that classroom or not. You still use it. You just do it.
Jane Simpson is a second-year education student at the U of L. In her final practicum before graduating, Jane is putting into practice theories she's been taught on how to engage students, both Native and non-Native.
I do try and get community members into the school. So this week we have an elder coming, and he's the great-grandfather of one of our students, and he's going to come do a smudge ceremony for our students. And I try and incorporate as much First Nations content into all subject areas because it's good for First Nations to know that their culture is being recognized, but it's also good for other cultures to know about the First Nations that are Indigenous to the land that they're living on.
In the near future, all teachers will be required by Alberta Education to integrate FNMI content into their lessons as a step towards improving the success of FNMI students.
And you end up with two things. One is every child in that classroom, every student learns. They all learn. And you also have the First Nations children who are in that room. They're represented, they feel they belong. And if they feel belong and their culture is respected, they're far more likely to be engaged in school and stay in school.